Yeah, this is an interesting comparison, though, because when we're talking about those regional tensions, as we did a moment ago, the flip side is that a lot of those exporters and the deals being done in during Beef Week too, I'm told, with a number of representatives, not just from China, but from Japan, from Korea, there in Rockhampton, there are lucrative deals being done as we speak.
Absolutely, there is members from right across the world here this week, making a range of trade deals. We've seen a number of ambassadors from countries around the world. Beef 2024 have just signed an MOU with Canada so they can bring a similar event like this to their own country. So there are a range of deals being struck this week, trade deals, IP deals. So it is really important that our language, when we are entering into negotiations with other countries, when we're talking about national interests, is done in such a way that doesn't harm people who live right here in Rockhampton or anywhere else across regional Australia. We know before when we've got the language wrong, what it actually means is it costs farmers in their hip pocket because there are tariffs put on a range of their products, which really impact their livelihoods.
On to the government's focus on a future made in Australia. The Prime Minister's in WA today, but there's a sense, and in fact he told the AFR in an interview with Phil Curry today, that his message is that the future made in Australia is almost restoring the faith with blue-collar workers. Is that something you think will resonate in central Queensland and areas where you haven't done that well, Labor, in Queensland?
Look, I think the Future Made in Australia is a real centrepiece of what we went to the 2022 election with. We know manufacturing has substantially dropped across this country. We know that there are a number of workers who found themselves out of work, when the former government chased off car manufacturing. A Future Made in Australia is really a pact with this country that we want to see more things made in this country. We want to see local Australian talent and labour put to work. We want to monetize our own ideas right here on shore, and we're putting money towards that. I've lived in regional areas my entire life, and there is nothing more distressing than seeing a big manufacturer or a big business close down and you lose a big chunk of your workforce and the people that live in your town. So we want to make sure that people can grow up, go to school and get a job in the town that they live in if that's what they want to do. A Future Made in Australia is about making sure that we do make more things here, but it's about ensuring the viability of so many regional towns across the country as well.
Yeah, and just on that issue of trade relations, as we spoke about, Don Farrell and his trade counterpart in Beijing have developed a strong relationship, as have other ministers in the government with their Chinese counterparts. At the same time, as we mentioned, there have been those difficulties and a near miss in the Yellow Sea. Is it important, as you said, to disagree where we must, as the government puts it, that government and ministers also take this up where they can?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've been really clear that the incident we've seen is completely unacceptable, not something that we would expect from another country, especially a trade partner like China. And I'm sure that those discussions will continue. That's already been relayed through diplomatic channels. And as everyone's aware, there'll be a visit in June to the country, and I'm sure that will be on the agenda.
Minister for Regional Development, Kristy McBain, joining us from Beef Week in Rocky. Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you.